Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions Presents The Big One, a weekly podcast in which we do whatever the fuck we feel like, because why the fuck not? On today's episode, we're going to talk about The Mandalorian Season 2, because as of recording, it is the 7th episode's come out, and we're waiting on the 8th, and then by the time that this has come out, we'll have recorded the 8th, so we're going to slap it on the end.
Woohoo, more editing for Dan to do.
Yes, only because I'm busy and Dan has no life.
Well, okay. Maybe true, but it's harsh.
Yeah, but the truth is always harsh, Dan. Now let's get back into it. So we're going to basically go through episode by episode and give our general thoughts and feelings and emotions on the current episode, the last episodes of words.
You're doing great.
I'm so frustrated.
You've had a great time.
Right, episode 1 of season 2 of The Mandalorian. What are your overall thoughts?
Well, shall we go through what happened through the episode first before we go through the thoughts? Because honestly, before I go through this list, I cannot remember what happened in season 1.
Well, yeah, but you can't remember anything that happens in Star Wars.
No, you're right. The viewers are about to find out.
You've blended Star Wars as Star Wars rather than episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Star Wars episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's a lot of Star Wars.
It's just Star Wars.
Yeah. Even the movies are Star Wars.
Everything is just Star Wars. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just Star Wars.
You've basically taken a mixing bowl and just put all of Star Wars in, and then you've made a cake that is just Star Wars. Whereas other people have made cupcakes. You've just plopped everything into one thing.
What can I say? I like them big and chunky.
Yes. Right, let's get into the episode 1. We've been going on for too long. And people did not come here to think about Star Wars. They came here to listen about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Episode 1 basically starts off with the Mandalorian going to a planet, trying to find other Mandalorians and trying to find someone to talk to. And he talks to a man in a boxing ring or a fighting ring.
Yes, the one-eyed green man.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a name, but we don't care enough to look it up.
As you know by now, I don't care about names.
No, Dan wrote. We've got a cheat sheet here with basically everything that happens, and Dan's naming system is atrocious.
I know about 3 characters of Mando, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Dan, you can't get Star Wars names wrong.
Those are the 3 characters I know.
What about Baby Yoda, Grogu, Gogu, Mogu?
Yeah. Okay, I also took a while for me to learn. So
yeah,
5 technically, but
anyway, back to the episode. Not about your unknowledge of Star Wars. Yeah. What do you think of the fight scene at the beginning?
I liked it. Nice. Get right in there.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of a lot of exposition before anything happens, and to just get right in there with a fight scene, it's a good way to start the season off.
Yeah, I did like his Iron Man little zappy things from season 1, where he just pops them out and Baby Yoda just goes zip in his little ball.
What episode was that when they added those things in?
He goes to the other Mandalorian lady who sends him on his mission to do all of this.
It's the last episode 8.
No, it's before that, because he does it whilst... It's like episode 2.
Is it?
He just uses them all up because he uses them all up because he has to go into battle with the clone or stormtroopers trying to break Baby Yoda out, and he hasn't had time to replenish them. And then I'm guessing he replenishes them at some point.
Oh, okay. I don't remember, so... Star Wars.
Yeah. Then he basically shoots out, leaves the guy to die on a lamppost, which I thought was kind of funny. Because he's just like, well, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you either. So he uses the classic Batman sort of sympathy.
It's the get out of jail free card, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, I want to know what those creatures were in the darkness with the little red eyes, because they just devour him.
Let's call them red-eyed dog things.
Wonderful. Star Wars loves it. Then he gets the lead that takes him to Tatooine. Everyone's favorite place is Tatooine.
And then we get to meet your favorite character.
Yeah, weird lady person who owns the droids from episode 1.
And doesn't annoy you at all.
No, she's like the most lovable character.
Yay!
But yeah, then she sends him off because there's apparently been rumors that there's been a Mandalorian in some town on some part of Tatooine, and he gets a speeder bike again and goes off there, and Baby Yoda's looking all adorable in the back pocket of it.
Yeah, just there, he's along for the ride. Having got the wind in his ears.
Yeah, and then he rocks up. Everyone looks depressed, which I guess makes sense because you're on Tatooine and everyone's a whiny little bitch boy on Tatooine.
Yeah, and it's 2020.
Yeah, I get. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Dan. It's not 2020.
It could be 2020 a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
No, that's not how it works, Dan. And then a guy rocks up in a Mandalorian outfit, which is Boba Fett's. But guess what? It's not Boba Fett.
Who would have thought?
It's Timothy Oliphant, or Elephant, or whatever his name is.
Aha, you're just as bad as me.
No, I did that as purposeful.
Oh.
I know it's Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, well. I feel bad now.
Damn it. It's just got a funny name. But the actual character's name is the Marshal. I can't remember it.
Yeah, because he's the marshal of that town.
Yeah, because he's got Boba Fett's army, and then you get not Boba Fett's backstory, but the guy whose backstory is because how he gets Boba Fett's armor.
Yeah,
because he gets kicked out of his town, and then he meets up with Jawas, and he sells the Jawas.
Oh, that's what they called.
Yeah, the little.
Oh, I call them little monk things.
Fuck's sake. And then what else happens, Dan?
Wait, where are we at now?
We're up to the Mandalorian in the village, and then other things.
Ah, yes. There's the giant worm thing called. I eventually learned the giant dragon.
Crate dragon.
Giant crate dragon.
It's a reference to the first episode in A New Hope.
The woolly mammoth things which you wrote are called banthas.
Well done. I'm so proud of you for learning Star Wars names that I wrote down.
And then he makes a deal to get the armor back by eliminating the worm thing. Wait, crate dragon.
Crate dragon.
That's
God,
it.
I hate you sometimes.
I saw my face. I still call it the wrong thing.
But yeah, because the Mandalorian wants to get the armor back because it's part of his code, and dude isn't a Mandalorian, so he shouldn't be wearing Mandalorian armor.
His culture.
Yeah.
It's like an American saying they want the Big Mac.
Or guns.
Or guns. That's probably more relevant.
They have the right... No one... Whatever. So yeah, then they both speed off to try and find the crate dragon, and the dude's on what looks like Anakin Skywalker's pod racer speeder part. So his speeder looks like it's made out of Anakin Skywalker's pod racer, which was, I'm guessing, a reference that they wanted people to notice because it's a Star Wars.
I mean, probably. I mean, everything's got to be connected.
Yeah.
If it's not connected, it's bad. But also, if it is connected, it's also bad.
What, because you don't get it and everyone else does?
No, just everyone hates Star Wars for being Star Wars.
True. But then they run into some Tusken Raider dogs and Tusken Raiders, and they're from Clone Wars, I think.
Yeah, I've learned not to call them sand people because apparently that's racist towards Star Wars characters.
It is. It's not racist to Star Wars characters. It's racist to real life people in Arabia.
Yeah, I'm calling them the Tusken Raiders sand people. I don't see how that's racist.
It's because they've got a name. It's called Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, but if you don't know that,
And yeah, and sand people refers to Arabian people and is a racial slur.
Yeah, but if you know they've got Arabian people, you've got Arabian people.
You don't know. Only Obi-Wan calls them sand people because he's a racist. God damn it, Dan. Don't you know?
I suppose he's a white old man.
Yeah, he's an old white man. He's racist. So then they meet up with the Tusken Raiders in the village, and they have a little chat, and they make an alliance. And then they go back and talk to the village people that the marshal was trying to help. And then they all agree to work together with some uneasy tension.
Woo, friends!
Everyone's racist to sand people. Or Tusken Raiders, as they're referred to. But Dan likes to be racist. And
I don't like to be racist,
people.
but I mean, like, Tusken Raiders is too hard
just
to remember.
because it's not.
Yeah, okay.
Sand people, Dan. It's not sand people. It's just Tusken Raiders.
It's Star Wars. The Star Wars character is a man that lives in sand.
No, they're called Tusken Raiders, Dan.
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, whatever. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, Sandworm eats a Tusken Raider as bait.
Yep.
Because that's the scene where they...
that's their plan is they're going to give a bait to... They've got a bunch of bombs strapped to it and they're going to...
Well, the first bit's the test, isn't it? They test it with just a normal woolly mammoth and a Tusken Raider.
Oh, that's earlier on. We missed that bit, but that's what they did before they went to the village to get all the bombs.
Right, yeah.
Then there's the other one because it technically eats the... No, yeah, I think it does, but yeah. And then we go. I don't know why they didn't have this as the plan first, which was to get the big crate dragon to eat the bomb, but they get it to come out, and then they try and grapple hook it.
Yeah, I mean,
And then they go and try and make the big crate dragon eat the bantha with bombs on it. But you do get the Mandalorians flying off together on their jetpacks.
that was cool.
What?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Also, I noticed that the aspect ratio changed on the screen because
I did notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, which was an interesting.
Why
choice.
did they do that?
I think it was just to make the impact of the scene bigger because you have a bigger like screen ratio.
Like IMAX.
Everything's like tight, and then once the action starts happening, it goes bigger, and you kind of notice it more.
Was it only that
No.
episode that did it?
I think so. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's only that episode. I don't know why they did it, but I think that's the reason, because they just wanted to have it more impactful. And then Great Dragon gobbles up old Mando. Then Mando, I think, flamethrowers its insides and then ejects out.
Oh no, I thought Mando was gonna die.
Yeah, and then it would be the Marshal taking on the series, because they would replace the Mandalorian each first episode. That would have been fun if they'd done that.
Could you imagine?
No, people would have been outraged. But then, they all live happily ever after. The Tusken Raiders get to eat the worm and also find a pearl inside its belly, which is apparently a big deal.
Woo!
And then
Mother
and then
of Crate Dragon.
And then it's not
Wait,
a
what?
baby; it's a pearl.
I thought pearls are babies.
No, pearls are just sand and compressed.
Oh, okay. Wait, how do clams reproduce?
Asexually.
Oh, are they?
They just, pretty sure. They just
Dunno.
spurt out shit and then it just becomes an
Never looked it up.
clam. Do you want to look it up now whilst I finish up?
Sure.
And then Boba Fett turns up at the end as a little, hey, look, I'm still alive. I wasn't eaten by the desert slug thing.
What
I'm
a
trying to remember the
surprise.
name. What's the name? Fuck. Whatever it is, I can't remember. I'll remember it later.
I just wrote on my phone, how do sand people reproduce?
Oh, God damn it, Dan. They're like normal people.
To reproduce, clams release eggs and sperm into the water.
Oh, hey, look, I got it right.
No, they're not asexual.
Well, that's pretty much asexuality, isn't
No,
it?
it isn't.
Just-
Asexual
just-
means you self-replicate.
Well, that is them
No, it
self-replicating.
isn't. It's-
They're just squirting eggs and
There's a
shit
man
in-
and a woman one. So the male one releases the sperm and the female one releases the eggs. So it's
Great, I love this in our Star Wars talk. Cool. What do you think of the fucking episode?
I think it was good, but it's not as interesting as clams.
Oh, it's big praise for clams then. But did you like this episode?
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good.
Because I think this is still my favorite episode so far. Like in terms of just actual initial. Like,
I don't think
interest.
it's my favorite, but I did enjoy it.
Mm. Would you give it an overall rating of like? I think I'd give it like an 8.
Yeah, I'd give it 8. 8 sounds good.
Episode 2 starts off with a speed ride and then a trap and then he crashes and then he gets into a fight and then Baby Yoda gets put at knife point.
No, he's gonna die.
Yeah, everyone goes collectively no, and then everyone collectively goes, "Oh right, yeah, it's the main character. They're not gonna kill it."
No, I think everyone goes, put that baby down. I'm gonna rip your head off myself.
Yes, true. I don't think people like that. And then he gives him a jetpack, and then he trolls him with the jetpack.
That was
'cause he
funny.
just
I
goes
enjoyed that
beep,
scene.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, and then boop, and then bleh, and then he's just dead.
Quality sound effects. You should make a application to Disney. See if you can do the sound effect for the next season.
I already am, Dan. What do you think you did it?
Ah.
How do you think I got it so perfect?
Yeah,
Then he runs into old mad lady disease, and then he
Say that again.
old mad lady McGiggity. And she tells him that she's found out about a Mandalorian, I think, and then he has to transport a lizard frog lady, which we've had massive debates about which one it is, and Star Wars refers to it as a frog lady, and Dan continues to go lizard lady.
No, if you look at what it says online, it says a frog lady that produces lizard eggs.
Yeah, what's wrong with that, Dan? There's no inconsistencies in that logic. It's Star Wars. It's flawless. But yeah, they have to travel to get to her husband because she's got the last of her spawn, I guess, because she's probably gone what's the thing where you can't
menopause?
produce? That's the one. She's probably got that afterwards. and she won't be able to make any more. I don't think it's the last of her species. I think it's just the last of her
Oh
attempts.
no! I need to get my eggs.
Yeah, and then they can't warp speed because the eggs are sensitive. And so, but he can't, he's running away from bounty hunters and shit because at the beginning of the episode, they remind you that he's being hunted for Baby Yoda.
Because everyone wants him.
Yeah, because he's adorable.
Yeah, not because he's a force builder at all.
No, and they don't want him for future things in later episodes.
Yeah.
And then they run into the New Republic, and they give him a big old quiz, and then they shoot at him.
Yep.
What do you think of that?
It was a bit long.
Which bit? The
Like,
shootout? Or?
No, the questions
Or the-
beforehand.
Well, it's a
Just like,
due
come
process, Dan. It's due process. You gotta do all your paperwork.
The
You
thing
gotta
is, it was so obvious after like, a couple of seconds that they're going to shoot him anyway. You might as well just done it.
They're the New Republic. They're not the bad guys.
Why did it take so long?
Because, Dan, it's Star Wars.
It's just filler.
Every answer is Star Wars, Dan. And then the shootout on the planet. He gets chased. He gets shot at. He does some stuff. He hits a canyon, crashes. And then, boom, they're cold.
Yay! Woo! They're all freezing their
Also-
tits off, and they're going to do repairs in the morning, and they go to sleep all together.
Yeah, and Baby Yoda eats all the eggs, or eats some of the eggs.
He loves those eggs.
Yeah, everyone got very upset that Baby Yoda was eating unfertilized eggs because they thought that he was eating fertilized eggs.
I think that was a great scene.
I love it. Yeah, it's great because he looks so cute doing it. Nom 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 nom. Yeah,
Just eats it.
and then what's her face, frog lady, makes the old robot from Richard Iowati robot talk.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised because I know they had that scene, and I thought he was going to come back to life. And
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought that she'd reprogrammed him so that he would come back and save him at the end, which is what I thought, because I thought that was what was happening, because he rebuilt his body and was just shooting lasers. But turns out it was just the Republic, New Republic.
yes, and the poor man or poor robot was just used as a tool. He has a name and he has a life.
Nah, it's a robot, Dan. They don't have lives.
Remember that when they take over Earth.
I'll be dead. They'll have killed me long before I need to have a moral conscience about robots, Dan.
Oh dear.
But yeah, we get a hot, steamy scene with Frog Lady in the hot tub.
That turned me on so much.
Yeah, let's get it on.
Yeah, and she's laying down there with a spawn.
And then you get mass genocide where Baby Yoda eats eggs again, but this time other eggs,
Oh,
alien eggs.
I loved and hated this
spider eggs.
moment.
Yeah, because you've got arachnophobia. don't
Yeah,
you?
I didn't like it. Did not like it at all one bit. There's too many. I can handle one, right? One's alright. But when there's a whole army of them.
Which one did you find scarier, the little ones or the big one? Big Mama or little
The little
baby?
ones.
Little ones. Yeah, the little ones are creepy, man. They're just everywhere.
It's how they move so fast and they just scutter along. What are you doing?
Making the noise.
To be fair, it does.
I'm making
me out a little bit.
scuttling noise. Yeah. And then they run away. They flamethrower some shit because he has a flamethrower and he only remembers later on that he has a flamethrower.
That was a cool scene. I like that
Yeah.
bit.
I like that door scene.
Oh yeah, the kind of door kind of got stuck closing and you just put a flamethrower down the middle of it.
Yeah. I thought he was going to weld his door shut again, but
You could have.
it could have. And then Big Mama Spider attacks the ship because Big Mama ain't dead yet because he dropped a bunch of ice on it.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
then
you should put like a leg through the ship or something.
yeah, she smashes the front windscreen like twice.
Yeah.
And then the New Republic comes, lasers the shit out of it, goes, "Hey, look, we saved your ass. You're going to be under arrest, but we're not going to arrest you. We're just going to leave you here on this planet with no way of fixing your ship properly, and you might die here anyway."
Assholes.
Yeah. And then
No,
they somehow manage to fix the ship, and just enough so that they can limp their way to another planet where Frog Lady's man is.
Yeah. And then finally Yoda eats another egg.
Yeah. They all go to sleep, and Yoda just goes and eats another egg and smiles at the camera, like smugly. And that's the end. Overall, I like this episode.
I liked just the egg scene.
Yeah, the introduction of the eggs makes this episode so much better. And then, yeah, I'd say like a solid 6.
Yeah, I gave 7 actually.
Yeah,
Even
nice.
with my arachnophobia.
Episode 3. We land on the harbor planet with a crash landing, and because Bryce Dallas Howard.
Did he crash into the ocean?
Well, no, he lands pretty much. He's crashing, as a reference to Apollo 13, which was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard's dad. So it's like a reference to a scene in Apollo 13 of the ship crashing. And then he sort of manages to recover it. And then, as a typical Star Wars joke, the punchline is it crashes anyway and lands in the ocean, and then has to be pulled out by those crane things.
Of course.
Yeah. And then old frog lady finds a husband, and the internet collectively goes, "Aww." And then bleh as well, because then they have to think about how the fuck that frog man's gonna make those eggs fertilized.
Do you reckon she counts those eggs?
Nah, clearly not, because otherwise she would have bitch slapped Baby Yoda a long time ago.
That would have been funny. Just smack Yoda.
Do you reckon the frog man jizzes on them or just rubs himself on them?
How do normal fish do it?
I don't know. Dan, look up how frogs have... I think frogs jizz on them. I'm pretty sure frogs jizz on. Because I think the lady spawns the tadpole butte things, and then a frog comes over and jizzes on them.
Typically, frogs lay eggs. This process usually occurs through external fertilization, where the female releases her eggs from body into water, and then the male releases his sperm to fertilize them.
Yeah, so he just jizzes all over them.
Yeah, there's a lot of reproduction in this episode.
Well, there's not, but we're making it way worse than it is. Also, a random ghost lady pops up and disappears and is never referenced again. I don't know if that was meant to be someone important or a Jedi, but I don't think it was the bounty hunter ladies who show up later on.
It will come back to season 4.
Probably. Baby Yoda tries to get Baby Yoda food. I don't know what that... Oh, yeah, because they go to a restaurant and it's just a big old pot
Yeah,
of
because he's starving. Because he wants those eggs because he's so hungry. And he goes, I'll get you some food. And then there's those lobster men.
Mon Calamari.
Those things.
The other... Yeah, Mon Calamari are the ones who try and repair his ship. And he gives them 1,000 credits. And then at the end, they didn't fix his ship.
Yeah. And then in the restaurant, there's like a spout that squirts down soup with the squid.
Probably frog jizz, you know.
Frog juice with the squid.
Yeah. Or
Lovely.
squid jizz. And then Baby Yoda gets attacked by a mini squid.
Yeah, the one that's
spider
in the soup.
thing. Yeah, just randomly in the soup.
Yes. It goes to my second biggest fear, which is squids and
Okay.
octopuses.
You don't like anything, do you?
I don't like tentacles or legs. One or the other.
Right.
They're both the same to me.
You don't like things with 8 legs. That's your...
Yeah, that's my problem. Well, squids got 6, but
Well, octopuses have 8.
yeah, octopuses have
Squids.
8. I think squids have 6.
I wouldn't know.
So find out, shall we?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of Googling on today's episode of The Big One. For a Star Wars episode, and we're not doing anything...
Oh, they have 10. Bloody hell.
Damn, so you're scared of things with more than 8 legs. Anything 8+.
Oh, that's creepy. No, but lobsters are right. And scorpions are right.
Okay. I don't know what to say if you're a fan of lobsters.
Lobsters are cool.
Uh,
I wouldn't eat one.
Can we,
but...
can we get back to the episode? People have been clamoring for a Star Wars episode of our review of Mandalorian, and we're talking about frog jizz and lobsters. Then he meets up with some people to go take him to a Mandalorian, and then they turn out to be douchebags who are trying to capture Baby Yoda.
Because everyone wants Baby Yoda.
Just bop him into a pit with a stupidly scary, non-visible monster.
I did sort of think how they're going to get out of this one.
And then Mando jumps in. And yeah, I don't know how, because I don't know why you wouldn't just kill everyone and then jump in.
Nah, I think it's just, that fatherly instinct of just protect.
He's fine. He's in a pod. that
Yeah. Did nothing
dented.
eat him as well?
Yeah, it ate him.
Yeah.
And then he's in it, but he's closed the pod.
Yeah.
So he's fine inside for a bit, and somehow there's a massive dent in it that doesn't hit him in the head.
Star Wars.
Logic. But then more bounty hunters, more Mandalorians turn up, who are Mandalorians who can take off their helmets.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Plot development. Retconning of other Star Wars shit, because in Star Wars there are Mandalorians who don't take off their helmets, and then there are Mandalorians who do take off their helmets, and they've never really explained why some Mandalorians do and don't. And apparently the Mandalorian is part of a cult.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then they go back, and he doesn't want to talk to them because they're fake Mandalorians because they take off their helmets. And then he goes to the docks, and then the brother of the dude who gets killed trying to kill Mando comes back and goes, "You killed my brother, so we're gonna kill you." And then all the Mandos show up and kill him.
It seems kind of pointless, that scene, because it's literally the exact same.
Yeah, but it's just to get him to agree to go and steal shit from the Imperials.
They could have just done it another way than the first time. You have to do the exact same.
Yeah, it did seem pointless. They could have gotten a different set of bounty hunters or better people rather than just...
Or just different script people.
Yeah.
But no, that same scene.
Yeah, so Mando agrees to go to help them steal shit from the Imperials, and then he leaves the Baby Yoda with the frog people, and Baby Yoda gets turned on by those eggs.
Those eggs. I can't resist. They're so tasty.
And then you've written Mandu-doos. Break into the ship. And it's kind of like a heist bit where they break in. They just go in guns blazing. Basically, there's a lot of shooting.
Yeah.
And a lot of jokes about, there's an elite squad of like 20 people, but there's only 4 of them, because that's how good Mandalorians are at killing.
Yes, killing is their forte.
Stormtroopers, yeah. And they've got a reputation to uphold, and so...
Exactly. The Stormtroopers are going to be the best shooters in the galaxy and miss all their shots.
Yeah.
But Mandalorians hit all their shots.
Yeah, it's plot device, plot convenience.
Yeah, so it just happens to be done.
The Stormtroopers can only hit shit when it's plot relevant, and then every other character can hit everything until it's not till it's plot relevant, and then they miss.
That's why I'm about Call of Duty, because it's not plot relevant.
Yeah, you're not the main character, Dan. You're a Stormtrooper.
I'm a Stormtrooper in Call of Duty. Next title.
And then so they get to the main hangar, and they have a standoff with some stormtroopery captain men and whatnot, and they basically go, we'll close the doors on them, and then we've trapped them, and then they go, oh wait, they've got the controls of the hangar bay, and then they just open the hangar doors, and everyone just gets ejected.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then they contacted the big bad boss, Donnie.
Yeah, and he goes, well, kill yourself. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Just kill yourself. And he does. He kills the 2 henchmen, and then they looked worried, and they didn't want to die, but the commander and officer just goes bang, bang, and then just pulls the ship down tries to go into the ocean.
If you're going to go down, take everyone out with you.
Yeah, and then they get shot again. Mando has to run down a hallway and gets shot a bunch because his armor can protect him. Don't know why the others didn't go, seeing as they're wearing the same armor.
Isn't his armor better?
I think they're all wearing Beskar, which is that metal thing.
Because I thought, when he changed his armor, the rest of his cult, or whatever they're called, they don't have Beskar, do they? Because otherwise, wouldn't change it to Beskar.
Well, no, you have to go and get Beskar, and then they make it into Beskar. But I think the others were wearing Beskar. I don't know, but because they're not part of his cult. They're part of the other.
Is Boba Fett Beskar?
Apparently, because he gets shot a bunch and doesn't break. I'm pretty sure his is Beskar, but it's all just rusty and paint. Now it's clean and painted in the last episode.
Wait, so is Beskar Imperial Steel?
Wait, what?
Is Beskar Imperial Steel?
No, Beskar is a metal.
Because I thought, when he first got the armor.
No, it's traded. It's just used as a trading commodity by the Empire as a payment system because they know people want it.
Oh, so when he trades it in, that Imperial Steel then he gets the Beskar armor, not made from that.
No, it is. That's Beskar. The Beskar that he gets off of the people in the first episode is the Imperial guy.
So the Imperial Steel is Beskar.
I think it's just called Beskar, but I don't think it's Imperial.
No, it was Imperial. It had Imperial stamps on it.
Well, yeah, that's because they stamped it. It's not. It's Beskar, but it's just they've renamed it for them. But it's not what the Empire uses as currency. They just use it because they know Mandalorians want it. So if they want to pay a Mandalorian to do a bounty, they just offer Beskar and they'll do it.
I'm learning a lot from Star Wars.
I'm probably butchering it, but whatever.
You can't be wrong. It's Star Wars. Everything's right, everything's wrong.
True. Yeah, and then he throws some grenades and blows them up. And then they get to the dude, and then Bo-Katan, that's the lady's name, wants the Darksaber. And all of this is relevant if you've watched Clone Wars, because you're meant to care.
Wait,
And
who's
I've never
Bo-Katan?
watched it, and you, the redhead lady,
Ah,
the other bounty hunter. Yeah, that's her name, Bo-Katan.
why does she want a Darksaber?
Because she owned it before Moff Gideon, and that's why she's lost it to Moff Gideon somehow between Clone Wars or Rebels. I don't remember which one she appears in, and that's why she wants it.
Interesting.
Because she sucks and lost it. And then the dude commits suicide.
Deep.
Just bites a pill in his tooth.
He's like, I might as well die.
Yeah, he's not going to give the information. He just and zaps himself dead. And then they regain control of the ship, and the lady tells him about Ahsoka, and he goes and gets Baby Yoda again. And then there's a joke at the end where you've called them squid people, Mon Calamari, have done a shitty job of repairing a ship.
Once again, I don't remember these names of people. I just
They
think...
don't say it.
Huh?
To be fair, they don't say it in the episode. It's just, I think they do maybe once, but it's not. The half of Star Wars is only named because of the toy lines. That's how you know.
Right.
The only reason people know any of the names is because of the toy lines. Because none of these characters were ever named like in the Star Wars movies. They only got named after when they had toys made after them. So baby Yoda is just referred to as the child, and all the merch is called the child. So until Yoda, they start going and rebranding everything to Grogu now, because Episode 4 comes up and we find out his name. And then in the last bit, he gets attacked by a squid, but Mando catches it and then just gives it to him, and then he eats it, because Baby Yoda is a serial killer and eats everything.
He loves eating little baby things.
Yeah.
What do you call a man that eats babies?
I have no idea.
Oh, it wasn't a joke. That was just a general question.
Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it, why'd you phrase it like a joke then? God. Right, fuck it. Let's go on to episode 4. But Mando goes back to...
You're not giving a review of episode 3?
Oh, it was alright. It was probably my least favorite, so it's probably got like a 5. Because it's just a decent-ish episode. I don't care enough about the Darksaber
Yeah,
plotline.
compared to everything else, I wasn't really anything there.
Yeah, it's a episode more designed to please the people who have watched Clone Wars, which I'm not. So I'm just like, well, cool. None of this is really relevant to me. I liked Baby Yoda eating more eggs.
About it.
I thought it was pretty alright. I like that he finally gets to use the Mon Calamari currency in the Mon Calamari Cafe because he gets it in episode 1.
Right. Is that what it is?
Yeah, those little blue disc things that he gives to them because they're
Ah.
currents, and he can't use them anywhere else because they're Mon Calamari currency and they're not like universally accepted.
Interesting.
So he finally gets to pay it off from episode 1.
Ah.
References. It's all references, Dan.
I'll give it a 6. I think 5 is a bit harsh.
No, it's just a standard episode. It's just a pretty bulk medium episode. That's why I'm giving it a 5.
I'll give it a 6.
It's not whatever. Episode 4. They fly to back to Tatooine, I think, where Cara Dune's become the marshal.
It's not Tatooine. It's the other planet. It's like the lava rock planet.
Is it?
It's not Tatooine.
Oh, well, wherever Cara Dune is, then the lady marshal.
And Baby Yoda's trying to fix the ship. There's a scene of him trying to fix the electrics, and then he gets electrocuted.
Yeah, it's similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're trying to get him to put the bomb in, where it's like, you do this, and it's like, I do this, and then it's like, no, and then it's just like
I do this, I do this, I do
a
this.
classic
and then I do
Disney
this.
move. And then he just does it wrong anyway, and it somehow works.
Yeah.
And then, then we find Cara Dune, or whatever lady Dan calls her, big boss lady.
No, I'll call it Big Buff Lady.
Big buff lady. Fighting to save a ferret's life for some odd reason, because they're like arms dealers, maybe. I don't know.
I think the ferret is actually just a side thing. Like, it's just fighting the dealers.
Nah, she was saving the ferret, Dan.
Of
'Cause at
course,
the
of
end,
course.
She's friends with the ferret. Then Mando arrives, meets his old boss friend. I can't remember the dude's name. I'm just going to refer to him as the actor's name, Carl Weathers.
I call him
'Cause-
Big Boss Good Donny.
Yeah, for some fucking...
Well, he's big. He's a boss. He's good. He's a big boss. Big, good boss. No, wait.
How do you explain Donnie?
No, he's Donny, isn't he?
Yeah, and then he gets his crew to fix his Mando ship, and then they put Baby Yoda in school, and he really wants some kids' macarons.
Yes. I call him macaroons, but...
And then that kid's an asshole and doesn't give Baby Yoda his macarons, so...
He's the Force!
Yeah.
I
and
will
then
have those macarons.
I
or
was expecting the
macaroons.
kid to just beat the shit out of Baby Yoda for stealing his food because he looked like the type of kid to do that.
Nah, Yoda beat the shit out of that kid.
Oh yeah, true. But I was hoping that the kid would at least try and kill him.
Yeah,
and
it'd be
then
funny if he
just
tried to take the macarons away from him, and then just Yoda just force
He
punched
was
him
so.
away.
I was thinking it would be funny if Baby Yoda was like super strong and he can pull off the kid of Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
That'd
it
be
just
fun.
does this and just. I mean, he just.
You can't see anything,
Oh,
Dan.
damn it!
Dan is putting his hand towards his webcam so as to force push
That's it.
for everyone listening at home who can't see.
It's going well.
This episode's a mess. It's such a mess.
It's better when it's a mess.
Also, we've had so much technical difficulties before all this, but we'll continue. We're powering on. Mando then needs. They want him to help destroy an old Imperial base that's doing stuff, and lava rises and destroys things. Also, they meet up with the old blue guy from Episode 1 that he bounty captures and puts in carbonite.
I'll call him just cryo freeze.
Yeah, I don't like that character. That character annoys the crap out of me. I didn't like him at the beginning because he's just trying to make jokes all the time, and he's just bad at making jokes.
Well, it's good. The big good boss Donnie puts him in his place.
Yeah, just call him Carl Werthers. And then basically they get to the base, and then they basically have Mando flies up and beats the shit out of so many stormtroopers. And then they get in
There's
the
always the
elevator and go.
stormtroopers. It's Star Wars.
And then they basically have kidnapped this blue guy to help do stuff.
That's gone well.
And then he basically turns off the towers and they have laser fights. And,
Yeah, it's like a fight at the console where they're trying to do stuff, and
then
stuff
they
happens.
go, and then they have plot convenience where they find out that the lab is being used to help further the experiments done with cloning.
Yes, and it looks
And-
like Smokes.
Snokes, yes, not Smokes.
Ah, close enough.
It's not. It's completely different.
It's tomato tomato.
No, it's Smoke or Snoke, and one is correct and one's wrong.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. There's no wrong answer.
There is, if you ask Star Wars fans. But yeah, it turns out Baby Yoda is required to give Force powers to someone else, maybe. Who knows? Because
Yes.
of his
They
M
haven't
count.
revealed. Do you think it's Moff Gideon?
No, it's probably the Emperor, because they're probably trying to correct all the backlash that they got for Rise of Skywalker, because somehow the Emperor is back with no explanation, so they're using this TV show as an explanation as to all the backstory as to how the Emperor gets his powers.
Ooh.
Again. Well, that's my theory, at least. They haven't confirmed or denied it yet, but
I reckon
well,
it's Snoke,
probably
but
correct. Well, yeah, but Snoke's made by Emperor, so it's all tied together, isn't it?
that's true. Unless the Emperor's... I don't know. Who knows?
No, because in Rise of Skywalker, the Emperor is behind Snoke and had a cloning tank full of Snokes because that's how he got ahead of, and so no one knew that he was back, and then he just reveals that he's back in a message,
Ah.
and he goes, yeah, and it was in Fortnite because they announced that the Emperor was back in Fortnite as a tie-in, because that's how Star Wars rolls nowadays, baby.
Has to be tied in.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Mandalorian's in Fortnite if anyone wants to get the skin. If anyone's still playing that game.
No.
Which a lot of people are.
No, you cannot do that.
And then that's pretty much it. There's a big old speeder chase in a big old tank thing.
Yeah, there's then the big good boss Donnie starts shooting the stormtroopers from the turret on the back of the machine. Oh yeah, that happens. They find a machine, and then
Yeah.
Cara Dune. I said it right this time.
Yeah.
Cara
well
Dune.
done.
She mentions it at the start of the episode, and then they get into it, and then they.
Foreshadowing.
Ooh.
It's like completely stated that, oh, I'd love to go in that. And then it's like, oh, we got to get out of here. What are we going to get in? That.
Yeah,
And
then
then
she
they-
just drives off a cliff. Good boss when he's in the back shooting at everything, and it all works out. And then the
Oh, yeah,
fighter
Mando's
pilots-
jetpacked away at this point to go get his ship.
Yeah, because they found out that they want the child,
Yeah, and they need to get back to Baby Yoda, who's in school.
so he
And
gets
then-
back as soon as possible, and the jetpack's the quickest way. And then they're there trying to
They're
save their
driving.
lives. The fighter pilots turn up.
Yep, in TIE fighters and shoot at them.
And he
then-
destroys the turret on the back of the
Yeah.
truck thing, and then they're thinking, "Oh,
And
we're
then at
dead."
the
And then conveniently, Mando shows up in his newly repaired ship.
ship with Baby Yoda.
Woo!
Then they're told to go find Ahsoka. Well, they're going off to find Ahsoka, but they needed their ship repaired.
Yep.
And then Buffy lady, as you put it,
It's just a mess, isn't it? It's just not very good.
becomes a New Republic Ranger, which is probably now tied into the fact that they're doing a New Republic Ranger TV show or whatever.
Until they cancel her because she's allegedly
She's a transphobic. Allegedly.
yeah.
We have to state that because we can't do things.
And then the big bad boss Donnie of Moff Gideon reveals that there's Empire black drones.
Also, there's now a tracking device on Mando's ship.
Yes, there's like a spy that puts on during the repairs.
Yeah,
I like this episode.
It was alright. I think it was. I liked it for Baby Yoda, and there's not a lot of Baby Yoda in it.
Had cool fight scenes. I give it that.
Yeah. Also, it's famous for the guy in the shirt who's in one of the scenes, and they had to edit him out because it was missed. There's just a
Oh.
guy in a t-shirt and jeans in the background.
Is it there?
And-
I've got to see the photo.
You can look it up whilst I'll talk about.
No,
it's,
I'll do it after the podcast. That's
Yeah.
unprofessional. Never got my phone during the podcast.
No, you'd never look up stuff unrelated to Star Wars on this episode of Star Wars Mandalorian in Season 2. Episode 5. We're introduced to Ahsoka. Well, we're not introduced. We're reintroduced to Ahsoka.
We're introduced to
as
live
I should-
action Ahsoka.
Yeah. Mixed opinions from a lot of people I know. Some like her, some don't like her. Mainly because of this interpretation. But I thought it was alright. She's pretty badass in the episode. She just stealths in, zaps the lightsabers out, beats the shit out of those
Zip,
random
zap,
people.
Zed, dead.
Then has the confrontation with the lady at the top of the wall. And then she goes off back into the misty forest.
Yeah, some threats exchanged either side.
Mm-hmm. Then Baby Yoda wants the steering joystick ball.
Yes, he loves that ball.
Yeah,
His pet.
like he did in the first season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but-
funny enough.
Yeah.
Ooh.
References.
And then Mando takes
Then-
the ball away. Baby Yoda uses the Force to get it back. And then they get off the ship. And then Mando takes the ball away again.
Yep. And then they go and run into the village, and then there's some bad guys, and they make him go to the boss lady, and she goes, "Well, you can help me kill this bitch who's been attacking all my men." And he goes, I will agree to go and find her.
Yeah.
Because he can't break promises to people, so if he agreed to kill her, he would have to kill her.
It
in
is
his mind.
It is the way.
Yes. So he makes a deal with the boss lady to go find her, and in exchange he'll get a Beskar steel spear, which
Ooh.
hasn't been used at all
It's like
in
cocaine.
any of. Yeah. And then he wanders off to try and find Ahsoka, and he finds Ahsoka, and there's a small little fight scene, which I quite enjoyed. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's like,
nice.
he
yeah.
just straight up goes to flamethrower her in the face. It's just like,
It's like, I don't want to hurt you with the flamethrower.
yeah, no. And then basically he goes, "Well, I was here to kill you, but I want you to teach Baby Yoda how to use the Force." And she goes, "All right, yeah, I'll do that." And then we find out Baby Yoda's actual name is Grogu.
Why'd you make the name?
And the internet collectively went, "Nah, I'm still going to call it Baby Yoda."
If it looks like Yoda, I'm going to call it Baby Yoda.
If they were going to call it anything, call it Groda.
Yeah, they should have done that. I don't know why they call it Grogu.
Yeah, Groda is a better name than Grogu.
Grogu
And
is
everyone
very cool.
collectively thought it was Goku at some point, because that's what I collectively kept seeing, was everyone thinking it was Goku, because the random pronunciation that I think the lady did.
Yeah. Yes, and
Yeah, do you want to go take over?
yeah, Grogu was trained at a Jedi temple and was hidden from the Empire.
Oh yeah, we get all his backstory.
Yeah, there's a little
She
bit of
basically
backstory.
talks to him in his head.
Ahsoka wants to test Grogu's powers, and then she does a Force powers of stuff to try to and floats the rock to Grogu, and then she says, "I want you to return it," and then Grogu just drops it.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a connection with
He's just
her
like, "Nah,
personally.
f you, I'm out of here. I don't
I'm
care
a
about you."
50-year-old man. I shouldn't be doing this shit.
Yeah, and then Mandu goes, "Do you want the ball? You can have it." And then
Just
he-
call it
Grogu
the
just-
Mandu.
yeah, Mandu, we're rolling with it. And then Grogu just snaps that ball out of that man's hands and goes, "My ball, get off. I ruled
Yeah.
your parts.
I love touching balls.
He loves touching his balls. And then Ahsoka won't train Grogu because of his connection to Mando.
And also the fact that he's apparently scared, and she's seen what fear does to a Jedi, and she's referring to Anakin, because Anakin was scared and feared death and wanted to protect everyone from death, so he turns to the dark side to try and protect his
Yes,
wife.
and then everyone dies anyway.
Padme.
It makes no difference. And then he's just like, well...
Well,
the thing is, surely in your head, you go, I've turned to the dark side, and they've died.
and they didn't save it, yeah.
So why don't I just go back again? Screw these people.
Dan, it's Star Wars. You gotta understand. Star Wars. There's a lot of inconsistencies in
Yes.
Star Wars.
And then Ahsoka and Mando are having a plan to attack the village. Ahsoka shows up and slices guards and lets one guy live.
Smash a bell with
Yeah,
her
it breaks in
lightsaber.
half, doesn't it? And goes on the floor.
She just slices it.
And then she meets the big bad boss lady and then chucks a bit of Beskar armor onto the floor.
Oh yeah, to say that she's killed the Mandalorian.
Yep, and
'cause
then
she uses the
big bad boss lady goes into hiding and they start shooting Ahsoka. Ahsoka's doing her lightsaber zoom, 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 zoom. And
Oh, Dan, you should be a sound effect guy. That was
this lady's going
beautiful.
super, 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 and she's blocking all those things. And then Mando shows up and he starts fighting them. And then there's like killing everywhere. And then they win and there's this one guy left. And then Ahsoka goes and tries to confront the big bad boss lady.
And then Mando turns up again and has to deal with the dude at the beginning who he talks to, and
Yes, and there's like a
looks kind of-
standoff.
yeah, like a Mexican standoff where who's gonna shoot first, and then the guy goes and puts his gun down on the floor and then pulls out his other gun, and Mando just shoots him straight up because he's like, yeah, I saw that coming.
And then Mando
And
meets
then-
another guy and he goes, hi. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, he met them before and he was just like, well, okay, we can't talk, and then he goes off and gets carted off to the old boss lady. And then he turns back up and goes, look behind you, and then he shoots the droids that have been tracking him for ages, who are meant to be like the best bodyguard robots available, and they just get taken out with one bullet like every robot.
Star
and
Wars.
then- Yeah. And then Ahsoka loses the lightsaber in the fight.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
in the
she
pond.
just I don't know if she ever gets that back.
I don't know
but,
why, but I thought it was like a massive lizard creature in that pond that's just going to come up and start eating something.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be something in the water, but no, it's just like a Street Fighter level where it's just one character on one side and they just fight.
In a Japanese garden. It's like,
Yeah, very pretty. And then she just beats the boss lady.
Does she kill
and
her?
then we don't know, but I'm pretty sure she does. But before that, she asks, where's your boss? And it turns out the boss is Thrawn, and that is a reference to Rebels or Clone Wars. I don't know which.
has
I
to
don't
be
care.
related.
Yeah, and then Ahsoka goes and tells Mando to go to a mountain and put Baby Yoda on a mountain,
Yes.
and then they'll force project out, and then a Jedi who might be still alive will come and pick him up.
And she
maybe.
gave Mando a Beskar spear.
Well, she gives him the spear that he was promised at the beginning, because plot convenience.
Woo.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's about it. for that
I really
episode.
enjoyed this episode, despite my tone. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, it was
It's
good.
like I never cared about Ahsoka because I never watched any of the Clone Wars, and this did a decentish job of making me go, yeah, she's all right. She's a pretty decent character.
Are you looking forward to the TV show?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I care enough. I might eventually watch Clone Wars and actually care about the character a lot more.
Nah.
J-
That's not happening.
No, I'd give this like a solid 8.5 or something, because I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I'd double the same.
I just like the stylizing of a lot of it. I like the visuals mostly, because it was just like a very pretty episode.
Yes. Very pretty of a wasteland forest.
Yeah, but they had some nice shots in there. Like this shot where it's her perspective and she's just running up to that guy and then just lightsabers, boom, slices.
Yeah,
him.
the action was cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
think pretty much the whole Mandalorian always has good action.
There's some wonky stuff there here and there, but mostly it's good. Episode 6. Grogu still loves his balls. He loves playing with his balls. He loves fondling his balls. He loves stroking his balls. You know.
Fondling them in ways you can only fathom in your mind. He uses the force
writ-
powers to surround his balls.
Yeah, loves forcing his balls together and doing things. God, can you tell it's late at night and we're trying to record this? They turn up to the temple planet where he needs to go put Baby Yoda on a rock, and they park slightly far away because it's all jagged rocks and they can't land the ship there, and so they have to use the jetpack to get to the Force Temple, and Baby Yoda loves it.
Cool jetpack scene.
Yeah. And then he puts them on the temple.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Well, it is just, because it's just like, we get to the point where it's jetpack and then he puts them on a rock and nothing happens. And then he makes the joke of, does this look Jedi to you? And it's just like a bunch of rocks pointing over another rock.
It looks very Jedi to me.
Yeah. And apparently, and then Boba Fett's ship, the Slave One, arrives.
Oh, that's why you bracketed it. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's not just I wrote a Slave One there.
I was so confused. Like, has he got a slave in there?
Well, he does technically have a servant now, because old Mozza Face McGee from
Agent
whatever
May.
her turns up and has a grand old time now. She has a robotic stomach and is indebted to the Boba Fett.
I'm still going to refer to as Agent May.
And then he goes to try and get Baby Yoda again, but he can't because the Force is stopping him, because Baby Yoda suddenly has the power to make the
There's
Force
a Force
thing
shield
happen.
around him.
It's called a force field. Dun dun dun. I don't know why I did that. And then another bunch of ships turn up, the Empire, and they shoot out a bunch of clone or stormtroopers, and they get shot at.
The classic one bullet to their dead. And then, of course, the heroes need to have infinite amount of bullets because they never get shot.
Yeah, and then old Lady May gets trapped behind a rock and kicks the rock down, and then they've set up a turret laser cannon thing, which I think's referencing to the New Hope again, where they use it, because Star Wars is full of references.
To be fair, I just got it from Fallen Jedi, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I always got the name. Yeah, that happens in that
it's okay.
game.
Yeah. And then, but Dan, it's a reference to episode 4.
It could be a reference to a game.
Yeah, but Dan, that game's got a reference to episode 4.
Yeah.
It first appears in episode 4, so it's
Although
a reference.
that game happened before episode 4.
Yes, but Dan, the movie came out before the game,
so
it's a reference to the movie, not the game, because that doesn't make any sense.
That's irrelevant.
Just because the canonical events happened first does not mean that the events in the movies happened after. Anyway, she kicks a rock down and it does Indiana Jones Temple of the Doom and crushes them Boulder style. Yeah. And then Boba Fett finally actually does something in a Star Wars property, and he actually beats the shit out of some stormtroopers.
And he's very good at hand-to-hand combat or stick combat.
Yeah, and then he looks at Mando's ship and goes, "Oh shit, he's not there, and I can steal my armor back." And then he goes and gets his armor and then just shoots the shit out of people and doesn't even have to look, because he flicks back and shoots a stormtrooper. I'm going to keep referring to them as clone troopers by mistake.
Are they not clones?
No, because after in the original trilogy, they're not clones anymore, because they realized that clones were a bad idea, because they all basically died. I'm pretty sure. Only a few of them
are still clones.
No,
isn't that the whole idea behind Finn? Is that he was a clone?
No. Clones are because they're stolen from birth. Those ones, and the original Empire one. In the original trilogy, they're just stolen and grown and taught to be that. Otherwise, why would the other lady in Rise of Skywalker not be a clone, Dan?
I don't know.
If they were all clones of Finn, then there's just a female Finn, and then him trying to have a romance with that girl, which somehow they decided to shove into that movie, would be in like self-love.
Huh?
Because it would be a clone but female.
Back into Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yes.
Boba Fett is fat.
Yeah, he's chunked up a bit, but it's fine because it's 2020 and you can't fat shame anyone.
But I can make an observation.
Yeah. And then they kill all the stormtroopers and they run away, and Boba Fett shoots his big old rocket on the back, and then he hits the wrong ship.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He was aiming for the one on the left, and then he hits the one on the right, and the one on the right hits into the one on the left.
I mean, that could just be a CGI mistake.
No, because they make the joke that I was aiming for the one on the left.
Oh, did you say that? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, we'll carry on.
Yeah. And then a big old laser comes out of the sky and destroys Mando's ship.
Oh no, so sad. That ship's been through a lot. It's been destroyed over and over again.
And then Baby Yoda's having a nap, and then
He's knackered from the Force.
yeah, and then old Mando still has decided to run off at this point to go help them kill all the stormtroopers.
I mean, nothing he can do to help Yoda. He's literally in behind.
Yeah, he was in a force field at that point. And then some big old robots.
Yes,
coming
the
down.
ones that were mentioned a few episodes ago.
Yeah, the end credit of the
Episode
episode
5?
with
No,
the
episode 4.
cloning. Episode with the cloning.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. They come down. They're all super fast, and then they land, and then they kind of just walk slowly towards Baby Yoda, and then one just grabs them, and then they just fly off, and then they go no, and then Boba Fett flies up and tries to find out, and goes, the Empire's back, because the Empire's back, Dan.
Yes, of course it is.
Because there's an Empire ship.
It's not like an empire actually means a lot of people.
Yeah. And then they need to go back to the Boba Fett's indebted to Mando because they made the deal that if Mando returned the armor, that he would protect the child from all the bounty hunters that were trying to get Baby Yoda. And then because Baby Yoda got captured, Boba Fett failed to do that, so he's still indebted until he returns the child safely. And then also words are hard, and I've forgotten what I was going with this.
Grogu is seen on the ship, and then he starts beating. Oh no, you wrote Grogu beats off stormtroopers.
Yes, I wrote Baby Yoda beats off stormtroopers. I wrote beats off out of stormtroopers, but I don't know why.
We'll get them later, but every minute it's just not getting good, is it?
No.
Mando gets the buff lady to help with the prisoner. The dark saber is revealed by Moff Gideon.
Well, help for next episode to like find where the guy from last season who did the prison break episode.
Yeah,
he gets arrested and they need to get him back out of prison.
Yeah, so dark saber is revealed. Grogu takes another nap after beating up all the stormtroopers, and then Grogu goes into handcuffs.
Yeah. Well, he's put into sleep because the little gun that shoots him. And
he sleeps and they put him in handcuffs, yeah.
Yeah, this is a real good episode. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah,
they finally made Boba Fett actually relevant.
You sort of feel it ramping up.
Yeah. This was a decent-ish episode. I really enjoyed it. I think just having like Boba Fett actually do something in this series.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. What do you think?
I liked it. Course.
Cool. That's all I need.
Okay, let's move on.
Episode 7. Do you want to take us away?
Okay, cool. So it starts off with finding Nick's prisoner with the buff lady. And then he gets threatened with an electric stick. There's crane robots going around, whatever they are.
Just in the background.
Yeah.
Because they're in a prison scrapyard and he's just doing
He's
things.
given a prison number. Okay, prisoner number. I don't remember what it is.
I'm sure it's a reference to something.
Yeah, probably. Boba Fett has painted his armor.
Yeah.
Don't know when he had time to do that.
Well, it's apparently days because it's like weeks or months between episodes or something.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Well, because or like between season 1 and season 2, because it's just a lot of time. Because it's traveling through space, Dan. It's a lot of time.
Of course. It's not like they've got warp speed and go fast.
Yeah, I don't know, because he says it's like been a couple weeks or months between when season 1 events happened and season 2 events happened.
Yes,
so.
and the prisoner,
and also the introduction of Cara Dune lady. She goes, "Oh, it's been a long time." So it's just like, well, okay, cool.
Oh yeah. And then the prisoner joins the gang on trying to get Grogu back, and they discuss how to do it. And then they go to
Bill Burr's character.
They go to the forest planet.
Again, another Star Wars staple: forest planets.
Of course. And then they need a vehicle to get into the base, and then the prisoner needs to get into the base to put some codes in or whatever.
Because they're trying to find Moff Gideon's ship, and they're trying to.
Because the prisoner was ex-Imperial, so he can
Imperial
do all the
stuff. and knows how it all works and how to get things.
Yeah.
And plot convenience.
And then no one else could go in because the Empire's all seen their faces, and they didn't want to put the prisoner.
I think it's biological code. If you're if you're a Republic person, you're gonna get shot on sight because they can scan your blood and they'll know.
Yeah.
And then it's like Boba Fett makes a joke that they've probably seen my face because clones, and every stormtrooper has his face. So references.
Yeah.
So the only person who can go with the prisoner is Mandalorian.
Yeah, and of course Mando can't go in with his armor, so he takes off his armor and
Well, he can't take off his helmet, but then he decides, well, I can wear a clone outfit and not have a clown outfit, a stormtrooper outfit,
yeah.
and then have his helmet off and put on a different helmet so no one can see his
And then
face.
they ambush the truck, and
You
then
missed
they
the
jump
talking
in
about
and,
the helmets and the different points of view and stuff.
yes.
Because that's all before. Because that in the vehicle they're having the discussion where the prisoner dude's going, well, you can't take your helmet off, but you've taken your helmet off. But is it you can't take your helmet off, or is it you can't show your face? And they're just doing a bunch of sort of can he do this, and whatnot. And then you get to the pirates showing up and beating the shit out of and blowing up stuff. Continue. You were doing well.
I wasn't saying about the pirate bit. I was talking about the bit where they just beat up their drivers.
Oh yeah, that bit. Whatever.
He just jumped in front of me. I was all right. Okay, cool. It's going well.
Well, go on then.
Anyway, yeah. So the pirates come along, and then the pirates start shooting at the truck, and the truck's highly explosive. They put bombs on it. Mando's
it's not
out there
bombs,
shooting.
It's a material.
Sorry, that's what I'm going to say. It's like a pretty high, in Solo.
Highly explosive bomb. Yeah, that shit probably.
Your favorite Star Wars film.
Yeah.
And then Mando goes out there, starts shooting at them, and just kind of.
And he's gotten lazy because every time he's been shot at, his armor's just bounced it off, and this time all his armor's breaking because it's Empire armor.
Yeah, you would think the Empire actually had good armor, but they don't.
Well, no, because Dan, you got to think about it this way: the Empire is massive. They've got a lot of people. They're trying to do it for the cheapest amount of shit, so all their armor's just going to be crappy, cheap plastic.
No, but I mean, even like every other film, the Empire always has bad armor.
Not in the Last Jedi and Fall of what's it one the lady who's chrome shiny and chrome.
Yeah, but do you reckon that's Beskar armor?
Maybe it's sternly shiny and
Might be
bulletproof.
We should find out.
I
Anyway,
someone should reference that.
Yeah, they keep trying to blow it up, and then Mando gets knocked down, but he gets back up again, and you're never going to keep him down.
Yeah. The dumbest joke I've made. And I didn't even get to deliver it. God damn it.
Nick of you. And there's just more blowing up of alien pirates. And then there's a bridge that's crumbling, and they have to slow down to go across it. Otherwise, they're going to collapse the bridge.
Because the stuff is highly volatile if you're driving dangerously.
Yes.
And also if it gets shot. It's a very loosey-goosey plot development thing. Plot point.
And then you're thinking, oh no, they're all going to die. And then the TIE fighters show up and stormtroopers show up and they blow up the pirates and they get saved by the enemy.
Yeah, and then everyone loves the Mando and prisoner and they drive in and they all handshake and high five and kiss and make out and there's a big old orgy and whatnot because they got the stuff. And then you've written prisoner as a pussy ass bitch.
Yes. So they have to scan their face. Well, there's like a terminal in a room. They have to scan their face to put the codes in.
Yes, unnecessary conveniences to make it so that the Mandalorian has to take his helmet off.
Yes, and then the prisoner's old boss is in there. He's like, I can't go in there because you might recognize me. And then Mando's like, I have to do this because I have to save the child. And then he takes his helmet off. Reveal
like we saw it in...
happened last season.
Yeah, but it was a robot, Dan, so it didn't count.
Yeah.
But now humans have seen his face.
And then the guy that the prisoner didn't want to see turns up and goes, "Hey, what you doing?"
Real creepy fucking
and then
dude.
Mando just like, and then the prisoner shows up anyway to help Mando, so he could have in the first place.
And then they sit down and have a lovely conversation over a nice glass of drink.
And Mando is still hating himself because his helmet's off, and he's like,
he's still shitting himself.
I'm not Mandalorian anymore.
Yeah, he's having a big old midlife crisis over the fact that he's taken off his helmet to save a baby that isn't even his, and he's kind of just like a stepdad to this kid, and he's just like, do I really want to commit my life to this child?
Yeah, there you go. And
then they have the prisoner tells his backstory because the officers kind of riled him up because he's said that the Empire shouldn't have cared about the lives of people that lost in a Operation Cinder, I think it was.
That's
and
what,
and the prisoner was there and lost a bunch of his mates and everything, and then he has a big old sad cry and then just shoots the officer in the chest.
Yeah, and then there's a big old shootout everywhere.
Yeah, and then the other people are outside shooting snipers and shit, so they actually have backup when they climb out the window and have to climb up to the roof to get out once that because oh, by the way, they found out where Moff Gideon's ship is.
Yeah.
Just before that they did manage to get that information. So they have that, and then they have to get out, and Boba Fett flies up and lands there so they can get on the ship, and then flies away. And then they prisoner shoots because the hatch on the vehicle was left open because one of the pirates had opened it up to put a bomb on it. Mando picks up the bomb and throws it at the pirates, and then leaves the hatch open because he's still being attacked by pirates, so he probably didn't have time to shut it.
Yep.
And then they fly away, and the prisoner shoots the
canisters.
Yeah, blows up the highly volatile things and blows up the base, basically.
And they go, and then the prisoner kind of redeemed himself, and they let him go.
Yeah, and then Mando sends an angry message to Moff Gideon,
which was worded the same way when he first met Moff Gideon.
And also similar to how Taken Liam Neeson says, "I will find you and I will kill you."
Yeah, and there was no Baby Yoda in this episode. The first episode.
With no Baby Yoda, and everyone went,
no. So what did you make of the episode?
I really enjoyed it. It's a pretty good episode. I don't like the fact that they made up a bullshit reason as to why he had to take off his helmet.
No, that was really stupid.
It was like, oh, the thing has to have a facial recognition thing, and you have to make it because it's like because it was like you have to scan your face to send out or to find it, but he's not even an Imperial person, so
I think the reason why is it can't be drones.
I don't know, maybe, but that still seems stupid.
It's very light. It's not like a good.
Oh, maybe that's why, because they finally learned that R2D2 has a control port thing for every fucking base thing. So they're like, we won't let R2D2 fucking get in this shitty terminal. That's why they finally realized that R2D2 has been breaking into all of their shit, and they can't fucking allow him to get in. So they have to have a face now. That'll do. There, it's all justified now. Bam. Cool. Anyway. We have not yet seen episode 8, but after we've done our predictions for what happens in episode 8, we'll have the ending of what happens in episode 8, and that will round up our review of The Mandalorian season 2.
Excellent.
Yay.
Woo. All right, let's go on to your first prediction.
More Baby Yodas appear, and are girls, and they have a Baby Yoda orgy.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Your one?
Boba Fett dies. He just gets shot in the head.
Yep.
Dead. First 5 minutes.
Mine was that Mando takes Boba Fett's ship because Mandalorian doesn't have a ship anymore, and Boba Fett's got
I
a ship,
think that might happen.
Yeah, some of these are good ones, and some of these are joke ones. Baby Yoda force chokes Gideon was one of mine.
I think that could happen. Ahsoka comes up and rips off the Agent May's head.
Yep, for some odd reason. Really doesn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and was like, this failed in some of these seasons. Well, fuck you. But we got Mando butt fucks dead Moff Gideon after Baby Yoda force chokes him. So, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Anger, hate, fuck.
The Dark Trooper gets hit once and die.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. One of those Dark Troopers is just going to get shot once and die. Samuel L. Jackson is the Jedi that comes and returns Baby Yoda's cool.
And then Baby Yoda gonna get a lightsaber.
Yep. Or steal the Darksaber.
Oh, that'd be cool. Kills Moff Gideon with the Darksaber.
Oh, it'd be interesting. Yeah, do you reckon the Mandalorians from whatever episode it was, 3, I think, are gonna come back and help him take down Moff Gideon, seeing as that was her whole point?
Could do. Who knows?
And then finally, the Mandalorian looks directly in the camera and announces every Disney spin-off coming to Disney Plus.
Of course.
And then everyone dies and the whole show is pointless.
Yep, 100% going to happen. And now, here is the actual episode.
Here are our thoughts on the actual episode. This is going well, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best return after 2 seconds that anyone has ever heard. Right, we're back. We've watched it. We were wrong. We were wrong a lot. Except for one thing, but not in the way that we wanted to have happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to start this off by saying rest in peace, Jeremy Bulloch, the original stand-in for Boba Fett in the original trilogy. Sadly passed away. When did he pass away? 2 days ago?
Yeah. Well, we were yesterday.
Yeah. So we got one thing right?
Yeah, kind of. We may have killed a man.
We recorded on Wednesdays. No, when did we record? Monday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, we recorded on Tuesday, and then we had the sad news. So yeah, rest in peace. This one's dedicated to you. Let's get into the episode. It was a good one. What do you think?
I like the episode. I liked that a lot.
I have a few complaints.
Of course you do, because you're a Star Wars fanboy who complains about everything.
No, this is more of just I didn't want this to happen, and then it happened. So we'll get into it because it happens at the end.
Yeah.
So it starts off with they're trying to recover the clone scientist dude from the first episode of season 1.
Was he in the first episode of season 1?
Oh no, second episode.
Yeah.
Whatever episode he was in, second or third.
The episode where he's taking the blood out of Baby Yoda.
Yeah, or Grogu, as it's now referred to. I'm going to call him Baby Yoda. Don't get mad at me. It's Baby Yoda.
It'll never be changed.
Yeah, and then Boba Fett's a badass pilot, and shoots the shit
Who
out
would have
of them
thought?
with
It's not like it's been done before.
No. I can't remember. What do they call the electric-y thingy? Because I know that's a reference to something that happens in Star Wars.
What electric thingy?
You know where he shoots the ship and it goes and cuts down all the power and it's electrical.
I don't know. You're asking the man who knows nothing about Star Wars what's that a reference to?
Well, maybe your one piece of knowledge that you've retained over all of your watchings of Star Wars is that one piece of information. I don't know, Dad. I have
you
to ask
would be
these
wrong.
Well, we'll find one piece of like thing you can retain. Yeah, and then they board after tasing the ship, and then they have the weird Nazi pilot people.
Nazi pilot people? Are you sure they're Nazis?
Well, the Empire is based off the Nazis, so they're Nazis.
Fair enough.
No, they don't get called Nazis. That is symbolism. They're wearing black uniforms. They follow a malicious cult-like thing.
Is that technically racist?
They're loyal to what?
Calling the Empire racist? Calling the Empire Nazis?
No.
I don't believe you.
They're modelled off of Nazis.
Maybe, but it could be racist. You know, you don't know.
Nazis aren't a race, Dan. Stop trying to sympathise with them.
I'm not trying to sympathise them. I'm trying to sympathise the Empire. The Empire.
Why?
The Empire can get offended by you calling them Nazis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Wars with a non-Star Wars fan. He sympathizes for the Empire. Anyway, yeah, that dude gets shot in the face because he's antagonizing Dan's favorite character, buff lady woman.
Big buff lady.
Yeah. But yeah, because he was apparently on the Death Star 1 when it blew up Alderaan.
I didn't realize she was from Alderaan.
Yeah, it's mentioned in the first time they meet or something.
Yeah, well,
she's a paratrooper for Alderaan or something, like a load for the rebels, and she was from Alderaan. Yeah, it's referenced in the first time you meet her on that weird, crappy planet with the lady who tries to make the Mandalorian take off his helmet. I wonder if he's going to go back to her.
Maybe. That might be the final episode. He just goes to retire with her.
Maybe. But yeah, that happens. And then they realize that they need to go and get old Bo-Katan lady, Mando woman.
Yes. Strength in numbers, people. If you're going to plot to overthrow the Empire, you want as many Mandalorians as you can get.
As many bulletproof people as you can get. That's always the plan.
Yep.
And then they meet up. Boba Fett's there as well, as Mando's sidekick is referred to.
Yep.
And he does not like that. And he beats up off a Mando lady.
Yes, and he also doesn't like being called a Mandalorian.
No, I don't think he cares, because she calls him fake Mandalorian, but I think he doesn't care that he's... I think he only cares about his father's name, which is the original.
Jango Fett.
Yeah, well, the original one of him, and then I don't know if he's a clone. I thought he was the biological son of Jango. I'm not going to ask you.
I have no idea, but I thought too. But so is all Boba Fett's clones of Jango Fett?
No, because I think he asks specifically for a biological, exact replica of him. But
that's a clone.
Yeah, but I think it's a biological, because they age them up faster, but this one ages normally.
That's still a clone.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's not a clone that ages fast.
It's not a clone. It's a clone.
Yeah, it's not a sped up clone. It's a clone. A clone.
It's a normal clone.
Cloner. Yes.
But he's still a clone.
But yeah, probably. I don't know. Someone in the comments correct us. We love Star Wars facts. And direct them at Dan, not me. But yeah, they have a big old punch-up. And they both flamethrower each other. And that was fun. I like that. Because I love the fact that it's just standard equipment that every Mandalorian has a flamethrower, just flamethrowers.
Flamethrower, jetpack, bulletproof armor.
Grapple hook.
And grapple hook. And then if you're Mando, you have the Iron Man thing.
Gauntlet things. And a spear.
Yes.
But he gets them later on. Plan. They plan. What do you think of the plan? Go into the spaceship and shoot up shit.
A very
classic
simple plan. And the scientists help with the plan.
Yeah, because I don't think I don't know what his intentions were, because he was trying to get Baby Yoda's blood, and then he doesn't want to get Baby Yoda's blood.
I don't know. Who knows? He seems like a bit of a wet man.
Yeah, but I like the spaceship fight thing at the beginning, where they're like faking out dogfighting.
Yeah, that's
That
cool.
was good.
But
That's a clever way to do it, because they're like, well, there's the scientist on board. We need to get the scientist. If we don't let them in, they won't get the scientist. And then he's like, right, send out TIE fighters. And then he just does shit. That was fun.
Yeah, and then they were suspicious straight away when they crash landed
And then just started shooting everyone.
Yep,
Yeah.
straight away. And then Mando
And then-
came emerging out of the smoke to try to stop the stormtroopers, the dark troopers.
I really do like the Mandalorian theme every time he turns up, and it's just...
Yeah, I do like it, yeah.
It's a good theme. It's like the best original theme that they've done, because everything else is just old John Williams going... Do, 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 do. I know that's Jurassic Park, don't at me. I was doing it as a joke because he did both, I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did both.
I also like the dark troopers theme.
I don't remember the Dark Troopers theme.
It was like really harsh, kind of very clanky, kind of very kind of sinister.
I did like their boot up sequence. That was fun.
Yeah, I quite like the dark troopers. I hope they come back some way.
Nah, they're all busted up and dead. Spoilers!
Nah, you don't say. It's not like the whole episode spoilers. Ah,
Nah, we've only ruined the first maybe 5 minutes of the show.
yes, and the other
If
7
you're
episodes.
still on board, welcome. This is how we do things. Terribly, well done, and bad as well.
all at the same time.
Yeah. We've got a non-Star Wars fan, a mild Star Wars fan, and then the audience of you guys who are probably very big fans, not fans, more fans, maybe a fan, and how the fuck am I here? Fans.
All the best people to be.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of, we've done the shooting. They shoot a lot of shit. There's some nice women on women, not women on women, women teaming up
The
shooting.
feminists are after you already.
No, women and women can be friends and lovers and all those things. I support all of you. I love your
Why did you
videos.
click?
I don't know. I could do this.
No, because I'm not going to describe what you're doing.
I was
He was making
moving-
a very nice gesture.
yes at Dan.
Yes.
We'll move on. What is our story? We sidetrack so much on Star Wars. Yeah, and then. Well, I've got dyslexia, so I struggle with everything.
I don't know what my excuse is. I'm an idiot.
Well, you are one of the 3.5 idiots. Or 3.1. Yeah. No, 3.5. It's 3.5. Fuck's sake.
It's always
That's why I was.
half.
That's why I was one. But yeah, that was that. Where did we get up to? Then there's a shooting in a cargo hold area. That was fun.
Yeah, the jetpackers, they kind of went down, didn't they, and hidden.
They jumped down. Then the other stormtroopers. There we go.
You got there eventually.
I don't even have the excuse of it's late at night. This is ridiculous.
Or dyslexia, technically, because it's not even written down.
No, it's not. It's just my brain failing me. But yeah, the two May and Cara Dune wander off across a bridge with the other two. The other two jump off the bridge, hide under the bridge, and then all the stormtroopers come behind the two who are on the bridge and go, "Drop your weapons!" And they go, "Smile!" And then the other two just come up on jetpacks and shoot the shit out of them.
Fair enough. It's a cool scene. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, teamwork. Girls get it done, as the boys say.
Yeah. Even if one of them's a Nazi.
What happens next?
What happens next? Oh, yes. Mando starts fighting the Dark Trooper. Or he tries to go stop them from escaping, and then
He's a bit late.
he's a bit late. The doors start closing, but one of them...
Well, he manages to get the doors sort of shut.
Yeah. Then one of them starts behind the doors open, and
Yep.
then he jumps out, and then the doors close behind him. So then the other ones start punching at the door, trying to get out. And then Mando is versing a Dark Trooper, and he's discovered that Dark Troopers are very hard to kill or stop
No.
because they're not alive.
Well, they're we don't know if they're made out of Beskar yet, but they might be because lasers don't
No, they're not.
destroy them. Oh no, because they're not pure because they can get stabbed by Beskar.
Yeah,
and
and
slashed by a laser.
The lightsaber destroys them.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't think about that because they show it. Beskar doesn't deflects lasers, laser swords, lightsabers.
Anything to do with a laser or light. Just
One of
deflects
the
it.
words.
It's just bulletproof. It's just the best material. Do you know what I noticed? Every single franchise in this sort of like Disney universe right now has some sort of metal.
That's indestructible.
Yes, you got the X-Men with adamantium.
Adamantium, yeah. Beskar in Star Wars. Vibranium in Marvel.
Yeah, there's always some
other
sort of
Marvel
metal that has this weird superpower that's better than all of metals.
Yeah, and people have speculated on which one's stronger. I think Vibranium comes out on top potentially. I don't know.
I think it does. But
Who knows? Star Wars nerds, Marvel nerds, let us know.
yes, give us some emails fighting about it.
Yeah. Dan, do you want to give them the email so they can give us emails?
tfepod@gmail.com.
Woo, there we go. Subtle plugs. What happens? Yeah, he fights, has a big old battle. The troopers just grabs him and chokes him out, punches him in the face. But because he's got a metal helmet that's super strong,
and his helmet starts breaking the ship around him.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that. I was like, why is this robot just punching him and not just snapping his neck? But I was like, it's kind of good. It was a fucking. I like how he just flamethrowers the fucker and then just realizes, oh right, yeah, it's a robot, and then it just turns its head and just goes, right, fuck you, and just chucks him across the room.
Yep.
Oh, that was
then
great.
He shoves the Beskar spear right up to his neck.
Yep, and then just snaps the head, or
yep.
Does he snap the head off?
And then I think he doesn't snap the head off, but it kind of snaps the head off.
It clacks on the floor and snaps off. Snaps.
And then he very quickly, as the other Dark Troopers are about to bash through,
smash the glass on the window.
He ejects them all and ejects them into space.
And as soon as that happened, I was like, wait, they've shown that they have jetpacks or jet feet. And I was like, they're coming back. They're not going to just float off into space.
They were obviously coming back. And if they weren't coming back, it would have been really dumb to have loads of them.
I would have found it quite funny if they didn't. They were just, we've got this really big, really imposing threat looming over everything. And then he just ejects them into space and they never come back because they freeze and they're like all stuck and shit. And I'm just like, that would have been fucking hilarious if they just gone.
And it would also have been very bad writing.
That would have been funny. It would have subverted your expectations. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, so Mando then goes to find Baby Yoda.
Well, the others, I missed it, but the others get to the bridge where Moff Gideon's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
And then it cuts to, where the hell is he? Cuts to Mando rocking up to Baby Yoda with Moff Gideon holding the Darksaber above his head and just wiggling it about like a lovely little man.
Yep. And
then there's a nice little conversation.
Yeah, a little bit of a fake out happening on.
Yeah.
Just having a little bit of discussions, like how he doesn't like Bo-Katan.
No. I want to know that story. Why have they not announced a Bo-Katan
It's
movie?
probably in Rebels.
Oh, yeah, probably. Well, I think the Moff Gideon's a new character for Mando, not in Mando.
Yeah, but there's probably something to do with Bo-Katan in there.
Well, I know the reason why she wants it is because she wants to rule Mandalore.
Yeah.
And she
but
had
I didn't know what the Darksaber was until this episode. You might have.
I knew it because of when it happened in episode 8 of the last season. Everyone went, "Oh my god, it's the Darksaber," and I was like, "What? It looks cool." And then I spent like 5 minutes on the internet after the episode came out, and it was just like, "Here's everything you need to know about this." And I was like, "I'll watch one video, and then I know everything I need to know about it, and I don't have to watch however many episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels to know what it is." But yeah. So where were we up to? Yeah, he's got Baby Yoda in handcuffs still. Little old baby Yoda. Looks so adorable in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Real kinky shit there.
What are you into?
Little green men.
In handcuffs?
Yeah.
Little green children in handcuffs.
50-year-old man, Dad. 50-year-old man. Ugh.
Anyway.
Then he goes, basically, if you want the child, take the child, but you want to leave me with the Darksaber and you don't... Because he thinks he's coming for the Darksaber, or at least he's pretending that he knows that he's coming for the Darksaber, and he's like, as long as you don't take the Darksaber, that's cool with me, you can take the kid, I've got what I need from the kid. And then he goes and lets him walk past.
It's like, fair enough, I don't care about all this crap, I just want the child.
Yeah, and then it's like, stab!
Or slice.
What? Yeah, and then boom.
Well, then you
Old
see
man fight.
Beskar doesn't get cut by Darksabers.
Well, we already saw that it didn't get cut by a lightsaber with Ahsoka.
Yeah, I know, but it's a Darksaber.
It's the same principle, isn't it?
Yeah. So I don't quite understand how it's dark.
Because magical force energy.
Yeah, maybe. Doesn't
Dan,
really
how
make
are there
sense.
robots? How
Yeah,
is
but
there an alien?
No, but there's actually some kind of logic behind that. So, the kyber crystals, they change the color of the lightsaber, right?
Well, there's the dark one then.
But you can't change it to dark and has a white outline.
Well, maybe it's that Venta black just there. Maybe it's just Venta black painted on.
Black is just the absence of light. You can't create the color black.
Well, maybe it's a black hole then.
Okay.
Because black holes are supposedly hot.
Maybe it's black hole. Who knows?
There we go. We've solved Star Wars' biggest problem. What is the Darksaber made out of? It's a black hole, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it. Put that in your headline. 2 idiots on a podcast that no one listens to have discovered the secret behind the Darksaber. After however many... Yeah, there's some clickbait. But then an old man fight happens where a old man fights with a Mandalorian and holds his own until the Mandalorian just kicks him in his knee, in his hips, and he goes down. Because that's how you take down an old man, is hit him in the hips.
Ta-da!
Piece of advice, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever in a fight with an old man, hit him in the hips. It's their weak spot.
I think they've still got a bigger weak spot.
Their dick?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking more the balls.
Yeah.
yeah, just nodding. Yeah.
I nodded my head there, ladies and gentlemen. I nodded my head. I forgot we're on a podcast. But yeah, then he beats him, takes him to the brig, he's picked up the Darksaber at this point, and then he goes over with Moff Gideon, goes, here you go, and then, Dan, what happened?
And then it's the reveal to the Mandalorian, which he's not aware of, that whoever holds the Darksaber has to rule Mandalore. And he tries to give it to Bo-Katan because she wants to rule Mandalore, but then the Darksaber can't be taken without a fight, presumably a fight to the death.
Well, it can.
Or you just have to kind of unwield them.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's meant to be a battle to the death, but Mandalorian didn't do it. So I don't know if the rules or traditions that apply are legally binding, but I think she just wants the glory of having taken it back.
Yeah.
Is why she refuses to take it. I've just looked at Baby Yoda again. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, what a shame he's going to die.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Anyway, the Dark Troopers show up again.
Yep, they've all jetpacked back and then go through the shields, because I think it's Terminator rules where you can go through shit if you're a robot, but if you have organic skin, you get vaporized. So that's how ship... It doesn't make any sense, because if a ship goes through, then what's the point of the shield?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Whatever.
What's the point of the shields if they could just go through the shields? Dan, please explain.
It's Star Wars.
There we go. There's the biggest explanation. And then they start banging on the doors to the deck, whatever it's called.
The piston arms to get all up in there.
That sound is quite intense. I like the sound of it. The boom, boom.
Yeah, it's like
boom,
kind of menacing in a way. Thing is, I really thought Mandalorian was going to get the Darksaber and just start slicing them.
That's what I thought, because it was like, I've got a plan, and then he just stands there with a gun, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Obviously, doesn't do anything.
You have a dog. Yeah, you clearly have a weapon that can cut through them. Why not use it?
Yeah, and then spoiler alert for a bit future on, when the mysterious character shows up with a lightsaber.
Yes.
Like when that person
shows up
with
a green lightsaber. I wonder who it is.
Yeah. It would have been much better if the Mandalorian was already going out there fighting up, and then he got disarmed by one of the machines, and then was about to die, and then that mysterious character
Luke picks up his lightsaber.
Yeah, he picks up the Darksaber maybe, and then he starts doing the slicey and saves his life. I think that would have been cooler.
I would have liked it. Yeah, I'm not happy with the person who turned up. It's like the least important person that could have turned up. Like, I get why they turned up. But there are cooler people who could have turned up, and it would have been a bigger surprise. But this was like the easiest thing that they could have done.
I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I saw it coming as soon as they mentioned the Jedi. I was like, I see it coming.
I knew it was going to be him, and I was just like, why?
Why can it be Mace Windu?
Yeah, Mace Windu would have been a much funnier, like a much more weird and potential like spin-off thing, because you know what happens to Luke. He dies. And it's like, well, Mace Windu's back from the dead. What the fuck happened? They love doing that. They brought fucking, what's his face from Phantom Menace, Darth Maul back at the end of Han Solo.
True, yeah.
And it's like, they love bringing people back from the dead. It's like, why would you not?
Yeah, well, what are you going to do about it?
Complain on the internet.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I thought, it's also incredibly bad de-aging. Like, I know why it's bad. It's because of the hair. The hair doesn't move.
Well,
And,
anyway, yeah, so the person shows up, there's a green lightsaber.
oh, you're just going to ignore that. Okay,
Yeah, I know, but we didn't
back.
actually say who it was.
We did multiple times.
Okay.
You haven't edited out who it is, Dan.
Whatever.
People know who it is.
Luke Skywalker shows up with his
Yep.
lightsaber, starts slicing them all down, and then
You can see him on the
Grogu
security
is on
camera.
the screen saying, "Let him in," or basically.
Oh no,
hinting
he's
at him.
like touching the screen because he's like, "Oh, I called this man on my cell phone
Yes, I
when
used
I
the
was on
Force
that
to
big
call it,
rock."
because
Yeah.
apparently you can do that.
Well, that was the rock. That was what the rock did.
Yeah, and anyway, the door opens, and then he lifts his hood up, and then you see the de-aged Luke Skywalker. And to be fair, if you take any still image of him, it looks fine. They did a really good job.
No, I disagree.
Well, the faces anyway. The face looks alright.
No.
It does.
The
It's
nose is-
fine.
No, the nose is weird. I'm looking at it right now. The hair's weird. It's not great. Like I'm looking at if you go to 3514, it doesn't look great. Like it's too weird. I don't like I thought 3514.
Hang on.
Like it just looks wrong. Like I think it's the nose, I think it's the hair. I think the head shape's a bit too narrow. I think it just doesn't.
35.4. That looks alright to me.
I think it's the hair. The face is sort of okay, but the hair throws me. I think the hair physics doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, but the
'Cause it's-
physics don't make sense. But if you take the actual still image, it looks fine. As soon as he starts moving, it looks odd.
No, I still think
Because
the
his
hair.
facial expressions are basically very still.
Go to 3454 and
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at that and tell me that looks normal.
That doesn't look great. I
Yeah,
just saw that as well.
that's what I mean. It looks bad.
But I mean, like some of it looks great.
no,
A still
no,
image.
no.
The thing is, what would you rather? If they were to bring it back, would you prefer de-aging?
The
process?
only shot that it looks alright is when he's further away in the elevator and the door is shutting on him and you can just about see his facial structure. That's where it looks good. Everything else is kind of uncanny valley creepy and I don't like it.
I think I'd prefer them just to recast him.
But the thing is, if you look at Sebastian Stan, who's the the Winter Soldier in Marvel, he looked like young Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
And
they should've
everyone's
done
been
that.
like, they should have just gotten him because he's on the Disney payroll. They should have just got him and added any features that Mark Hamill has onto his face, and then that would have been a better stand-in. That's what I don't
Yeah,
understand. They
yeah,
have
yeah.
the perfect casting for a young Luke Skywalker, as in Sebastian Stan, and they didn't use it. And he's also filming with them at the moment, so they could have just taken him to the side, pointed a camera at his face, and gone, "Pretend you're Luke Skywalker," and they could have made it so much better looking.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah. But
I think the problem with it is because it's on a TV level budget. I know they pump a lot of money into this show, but
yeah, but there's not
Oof.
actually that much CGI in there.
the thing I know,
Most of
I
it's
know what
real
it is.
sets.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of the like I know the technology behind de-aging is basically the same as it is like 50 years ago or whatever, however long they've been doing it. But the only thing that's changed is how people do it, and they know how to do it better.
Yeah,
That's apparently
yeah.
the only change that's happened, and also the technology sort of improved. But the best example that they've had is Robert Downey Jr. in Civil War.
Nick Fury and Captain Marvel.
That was all right. I thought it was you can tell he's an old man because of the way he runs and shit. So it's not the
Yeah,
de-age.
yeah,
The
yeah.
de-aging is good, but you can tell he's an old man just by the way he moves, which is always funny to me because it's like this really like action-packed scene, and it's just a man just casually running like an old man, and it's just like it's meant to be this high octane exhilarating thing, and it's just 70 plus. I think how old is Samuel L. Jackson? Let me find this out. Continue
73?
talking, Dan.
I think he's in. And then Luke wants Grogu to come along, and he wants to train Grogu at the new Jedi Temple or whatever. it's gonna be.
71 years old.
71. And then
Denzel Washington's 65.
Luke asks.
John Travolta's 66.
Well,
God damn.
There you go. Everyone's old. Luke asks the Mando if
Mark Hamill.
Grogu can have your permission or have Mando's permission to go train with him, and then they're looking to each other's eyes, all looking really sad.
Oh, damn. Good for Mark Hamill. He's 69 years old.
Anyway, Grogu wants Mando to take off his helmet, and then Mando's like, "Do you know what? Everyone else already see my face. I'm going to take my face off again."
This is my biggest problem with it. One, they shouldn't have done the last episode, have him take off his helmet, because it ruins this moment. Because why? You don't care. Because he's shown his face to an organic living being. I know it's meant to be impactful because look at the lengths he's going to get to the child. But it would have been more impactful if he'd taken off his helmet for the child, not because he's wanting the child. Don't write that situation. Make it so he just gets there.
Yeah,
it's dumb.
Yeah,
you ruined this moment by doing it in the earlier.
Because they had all the setup for it, didn't they?
Yeah, like he only showed his face to a droid. It would have been, but now Bill Burr's the one who gets to see his face, and that army officer dude. Oh wow, they're the first people that get to see his face. Baby Yoda, the one thing he cares about, doesn't get to see his face. He's third place in his eyes. He's that important. It's like, oh, why? If Bill Burr gets captured, the Mandalorian's going to go on a fucking whole adventure just to get him back, because he's clearly number one in his eyes. It's dumb. Bad Star Wars. You did a stupid thing by including that in the last episode.
Yeah, but it's still a good moment, though. That's bad about the last episode. It's not good about...
It meant nothing to me because he showed his helmet. He'd already done it.
There's still some sort of impactful moment that he actively chose to take off his helmet.
Yeah, but it's bad.
Because he wanted Grogu to see his face in that moment. But
yeah, I know, but it would have been so much more... It's such a dumb thing, but it's such a shitty moment. It's such a good moment ruined by a previous episode. It's a good episode, but you don't need to write in a situation where the Mandalorian has to take off his helmet, even if it's a stormtrooper helmet. But it's dumb. Keep this moment, get rid of the other moment. Because you don't need to write in a plot line that you have to take off your helmet to fucking send a message or find a ship. It's dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And it ruins this moment.
But what are you
and
also,
also, Mark Hamill de-aged is creepy.
Anyway, Grogu goes off with Luke Skywalker, and then
You forgot about R2, Dan.
Oh, yeah,
R2 rocks up for no
up.
reason. Because he's just there.
No, he's always with Luke.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to be there. He's just took out, It would have been funnier if it was just R2 rolling by when Luke was just stabbing everyone, and it was just that would have been the better reveal. Was just R2 is just following Luke Skywalker as he kills everything.
Yeah.
And then you maybe get a scene where R2 just electrocutes one of the Dark Troopers and they go down, and then just proves how shit the Dark Troopers are, because R2-D2 kills one. It would have been much better.
Yeah. And then, Grogu goes off with Luke and they could train him,
and R2.
It ends, but
on a still image of all of them behind the Mandalorian without his helmet.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all that happens. Nothing else happens.
Nothing
Don't stick
else
around
at
to
all.
the end of the credits. They're not doing a Marvel. There's no end credit scene. Yeah. Oh wait, they did a Marvel and there's an end credit scene.
Of course. And then
We're back on Tatooine with Jabba's palace. Cut to Jabba's advisor from whatever film he's in, Revenge of the Sith, and the other one, Return of the Jedi. And then you get the palace, and then what's his friend? It's from the guy on Jabba's side. I can't remember the dude's name. I don't care enough. Don't at me.
How do I? Don't ask me.
Weird tentacle head dude who's gotten fatter because he's just sitting in a chair all day, barking orders because he's the crime lord now. Cut to the doorway where Luke's walked down previously in other films. It's May. She's there. Why is she there? She shoots people. She shoots a chain and frees a slave girl.
Yay.
Slave girls in Star Wars. Everyone's favorite thing. And then old Boba Mate pops up and just shoots the dude and goes... The thing is, did you think he was going to get put in the trapdoor? Because that's where the trapdoor is. He walks over the trapdoor that goes to this Rancor pit. Sarlacc! Fuck, I knew I forgot something. Yeah, never mind. In a previous, long time ago when we recorded the other one, I forgot the word for the Sarlacc.
What's
Sarlacc?
And
it's the thing that he falls into. The mouth, the big monster that he falls into.
Oh.
In the original films, it's the Sarlacc pit.
Oh.
I forgot that, and now people... look, it's in the same episode. I remember what it is. Shut the fuck up. It may have been 4 days apart, but I remembered what it is at the top of my head when I was trying to think of what the Rancor pit was. And he's standing over the Rancor hole where the dude drops the guys into the Rancor hole. And then Boba Fett shoots the guy, sits on the throne, and then it's revealed that the Book of Boba Fett is coming in 2021, December.
What a stupid name. Yeah,
I don't like it.
Anyway, that's the episode. That's Mandalorian Season 2. No.
Yeah.
What?
There's no more seasons.
No, it's not like it's been greenlit for a third season.
No. Well, it'll probably be like 2 years or so.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. We don't know what they're going to do now. Cause it's
I know what they're going to do. They're going to be doing about reclaiming Mandalore.
Oh, maybe. I didn't think about that.
Because he's now holds the sword to rule Mandalore, and it's now going to be a quest to get Mandalore back.
Ugh.
I can imagine
I wonder-
Bo-Katan is going to be a bit more showing in.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I think overall, good season.
Yeah.
Good season. I have a few gripes with the ending. Mainly that the big bad was just an old man and didn't really put up any fight.
What did you
Except
expect
for
from that
that
man?
I know, but it would have been funny if he had like enhancements or shit. You can do enhancements in Star Wars.
Yeah. But do you think he was actually telling the truth when they said they've now had his blood and they can do what they want?
I imagine. That's probably how... Because I think this whole entire season was just set up so that they could justify Rise of Skywalker. Like,
It
that
needs to
is
be
generally...
justified.
Yeah, because it's like, well, we've stolen... Did you notice Baby Yoda looks a little less green? Because he's got less blood.
I didn't
They
notice.
paled him up. Yeah, he looks a little less green. There's a shot where he's just sitting down and he looks really tired. And he's just real looking pale. Like a little sickly green. Rather than his cheerful, bright green that he normally is.
Well, it's going to be sad that we're not going to see him for a while.
No, until he gets slaughtered by Kylo Ren and his...
No, I don't
fanatics.
think he will be, actually. I think...
Do you think he is one of the Knights of Ren? He's just grown several inches.
Wasn't that to Ren?
The guys that also help him in the Rise of Skywalker, those guys that are hunting him, then he fights at the end.
I don't know.
The guys in black helmets, Dan. The Knights of Ren.
I can't remember. I got to watch the film again. I can't actually remember what happens in those films.
Such a big Star Wars fan, aren't you?
Obviously.
I have just sat here looking at Mark Hamill's age, and I keep laughing at it every now and again. It's such a dumb thing to laugh at, but whatever.
Right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our thoughts of all of Mandalorian Season 2. We'll be back again at some stage for Season 3, and our next big, long TV series that we're going to be watching and doing a review of is the WandaVision TV show. I can't remember when it ends, but that will be when it is. So
well, it
stick
starts
around.
January 15th, so it can be a while.
And we're going to do it a little bit differently this time. We're going to be doing our review at the end of the on the same day the episode comes out, and then we're going to stitch it all together. And that way you'll get our thoughts and actual recollections of the episode then and there when we watch it, and then you'll get us piece by piece to see how we actually think the show's progressing. That's how we're going to do it from now on. Because the way we've done it before is kind of like all over the place, and we keep forgetting shit that happens. And then we have to go back and watch it. So we're going to do it a little bit differently for the next one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.
5th of March.
That's the one.